Dr. Faye Williams, you're here to talk about Sojourner Truth. Apparently, a bust of hers is going to be placed in the U.S. Capitol.
That's right. We're looking forward to having Sojourner Truth in the Capitol. As we jokingly say, we're bringing truth to the Capitol, and Lord knows the Capitol needs truth.
Well, refresh our memories about Sojourner Truth.
Well, Sojourner Truth was an enslaved woman who was born in Ulster County, New York. But she decided that simply being born into slavery didn't mean that she had to remain there. So after she'd been with her master for some time, who promised her that he was going to give her her freedom, but reneged on his promise, she simply walked away from slavery. But she didn't just go out and waste her time. She decided that she would get involved in abolishing slavery. She worked very hard to do that. And she didn't have a car, cell phone, or all the things that we have these days to work with. She just simply walked wherever she went. And that's how she got her name, Sojourner. And then, of course, she said she was a child of God, and God was truth. So she became Sojourner Truth. Initially, her name was Isabella Baumfree.
Now, tell us, Dr. Williams, how did this come to be? How did the bust of Sojourner Truth come to be in the Capitol?
Well, shortly into Sojourner's life, after she had come out of slavery, she got involved in working on the abolitionist movement. And then about the same time, Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Lucretia Mott began the women's movement and actually had a convention. She didn't attend that first convention, but she began to understand the relationship and the connection between black people, slavery, and everybody's right to vote. So she decided she wanted to work in the women's movement, and she did attend the second women's convention in Akron, Ohio, and that's where she had the opportunity to make her wonderful "Ain't I a Woman" speech. And it is said that it was that speech that turned the women's rights movement around and really, got it on the move. So from that, she was recognized for helping to abolish slavery, as well as helping to get the women's rights movement on its way.
Now, I'm assuming you were involved in the National Congress of Black Women, were involved in making this project happen.
Oh, yes, we were. In 1996, a little over 10 years ago, the Congress decided to bring up what was called the Portrait Monument that included Susan B. Anthony, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, and Lucretia Mott. And of course, there's a very conspicuous person missing, and that was Sojourner Truth. If you've ever seen the portrait in the Capitol, you'll see that there is just a blank piece of marble there. And of course, we in the women's movement have maintained that Sojourner should have been there because she did so much to help to get the women's movement going. But she was left out because, it just wouldn't have been allowed for a black woman to be in the Capitol at that time. So we tried to get her on that portrait, but we were told that you could not change an artist's work once it was done. So we were not defeated. We decided that we would go ahead and get her a portrait of her own. So come soon, we'll be able to see Sojourner with her own statue.
And when will we be able to see that?
That's going to be October 1, 2008. And we're looking forward to having every woman there. Sojourner, as a matter of fact, will be the first black woman to be placed in that Capitol. So we're so happy that her name is Truth, since our Capitol needs truth so badly.
Dr. Williams, thank you.